back to Cityline. With me, I have, oh my gosh, someone that when I get to see him, I'm going to give him the biggest hug in person because it's been forever. I'm talking about John Douglas Rake. He is the managing artistic director of Tacoma Musical Playhouse, and boy, do we love him. Welcome back, John.
Thank you. I will give you a big hug too.
Oh, it's been so long. So just before, and when we last left you, my fine feathered friend,
Yes.
you were to start your 2021-22 season, and you have two summer shows. And the first one I am just gobsmacked about. It's TMP's parking lot concert. So it's an ABBA sing-along. Who doesn't love ABBA?
Right, exactly. I found this tribute band up in Seattle. They're called the ABBA. And I thought, when we did Mamma Mia, it was so much fun. And the audience just loved it. They were dancing and singing and everything. So I thought, okay, well, we're going to be a little safe, but we're going to let people know that we're starting to come back. And so I thought, well, we got this large parking lot, and a lot of my friends across the United States are doing like parking lot or park or different concerts. So I thought, okay, this is what we're going to do, and to allow people to know that we're coming back, to have some fun. And then it's also a fundraiser for the theater because we need a new roof. That last snowstorm really took a toll on the whole building, and so we need to put on a new roof. We had leaks in the theater really badly, and so going to take care of that.
I love that. So that is the fundraiser called Raise the Roof.
Right, exactly.
I love that. You know what? It's not a theater unless there's like a drip fifth row center on opening night that you have to explain to someone via, oh, watch out for the bucket.
And that's how it was. It was bad.
It happens. You have also created something that I've heard just little snippets about, but it has genius written all over it. You're introducing this. It's called Take 10, a festival of 10-minute musicals. Tell us about this.
I wanted to give opportunities to new up-and-coming directors as well as those that are established. And there's a theater company back in New York that does this every year. They invite authors, composers to submit 10-minute musicals, and then they select a certain amount of them, and then they put together an acting group, and they present these 10-minute musicals. Well, they started licensing these 10-minute musicals, and they put together an anthology. So I said, well, I know there's always 10-minute play festivals, but why not a 10-minute musical festival? And so I got the license for the shows, and then had everybody submit resumes. And I've got some really great directors that have directed for a while, and then I've got some really young ones that, like, freshmen in college and things like that they're just going to experiment and see, and maybe they really enjoy that. And that's kind of why I put this all together. Plus, it gives actors an opportunity to do another show, and they're only 10 minutes, which is really fun because everybody thinks in the way of a play, or a musical, you have to rehearse 6 weeks and all that. I said, no, it's 1/6 of a 1-act show. So it's very simple, but it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, which makes it, at least it makes it feel like it would be such an easy thing to do. That is, unless you are someone like you or myself that has done theater, and to know that 10 minutes goes by in a blink of an eye.
Right.
And it better be really good and tell a complete story. And maybe it won't. So you're kind of prepared for anything. John, are you thinking that this is going to be an annual event? What are your expectations of this?
I think so, because we had so many submissions for directors, and I would just love to see expand that. And I'm hoping that it does become an annual event, and that next year we open it up to local writers and composers. to submit works, and we choose a few of those to augment the ones that are still available from the New York Theater Company. So I think it should be a lot of fun for audiences, for actors, for directors. So, yeah.
I love that. You know, John, the last time I thought about a local festival, this will take you back. It was the Northwest Playwrights Festival that we
Right. It's been a long time.
and that wasn't a musical. Those were just, you know, short type plays that were mostly dramatic. This has got teeth. This is fabulous. And when I think about the kind of actors that would want to be in this, you will get the creme de la creme knocking on your door on this one.
We've had a lot of directors ask people that they thought would never do the shows, and they're like, yes, I'll be there. Let's do this. You know, so they've gotten some really good casts.
Your season tickets, as you said, are on sale, and auditions are on for your first show of the season, All Shook Up.
Right.
You are in a rehearsal hall behind you.
I am.
And tell us about maybe the first night of rehearsal, and then how do we get tickets?
Well, the rehearsals we started Monday night, and they're going fun. I've got an incredible guest choreographer, who played our Anita in West Side Story the very first time we presented it. And she went off to New York and studied and nearly got a Broadway show. And then she had to come back to the Northwest. So the rehearsals are going really well. Now, season tickets are on sale. You can go on to our box office or call our box office. Right now, we're in the process of renewing all of our old season ticket holders so that they get their same seats, their same dates, everything that they wanted. And then new season tickets will start being processed after that.
Oh, I love that. Boy, it must be just so great, John.
Yeah.
Every day for you to look at what comes in and to go, oh, you're still with us. I knew you would be, but I hadn't heard from you. And it's good to see your name on some paper.
Absolutely. We get notes written on a lot of the season subscription renewals. So thankful you're back. So glad you're back. Can't wait to get into the theater. You know, we missed you. It's been one of the hardest parts of not going to the theater during COVID, you know, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, well, it is a TMP family. I've said that, and I will say it until I can't say it anymore. Speaking of families, you're currently holding auditions, John. How have auditions been after being away from the stage so long? And I know you do a big group audition. If you're not in that audition, will there be auditions later on in the season?
Well, they can submit. We just did, and we had a lot of new talent come to our theater and audition, and thrilling because some of them are really talented. Some of them have moved to the area during COVID, and so we've lucked out and gotten some very, very talented people from across the United States. So we had probably 250 submissions, and they could either audition in person or they could, upload a video. So anybody who missed the auditions, you can simply upload a video and create an account on castingmanager.com for TMP. It's a brand new application, and it works really well. And so anybody coming into the area for the year can still submit an audition, and they'll probably be called back and things like that. Because there's a lot of second auditions for a lot of shows still coming up.
I love that. And again, that must have been like old home week to either see them, either via a video or to see them in person. I mean, you'd have to bumper in like 5 minutes just for hugging.
Oh, we did. We hugged a lot.
Speaking of hugging, I have this vision of parents pulling up, kids jumping out, hugs, have a great day at summer camp. Is that happening?
It did, and it is. We're on our last week of summer camp. We had 4 different camps, and all of them were sold out, which I kind of expected. And this weekend we have our high school camp presenting their show. They're doing it's called Emma, and it's basically on the story of Emma, but it's all got pop songs. So girls just want to have fun. And so it's a lot of fun. And that's this weekend. And the kids have been enjoying it. The teachers, instructors have been enjoying it. The interns have been enjoying it. It's really great to be back in person. So many of the kids didn't want to do Zoom camp, and they're thrilled that they can come back and actually see their friends.
And so are their parents.
Yeah, I'm sure.
John, affordable, live, local theater. It is the heartbeat of any community. Where is Tacoma Musical Playhouse headed in the future, and how are you going to continue to show commitments toward the local community theater and the South Sound region?
Well, we're continuing to expand our outreach to the different communities, and we continue to partnership with Emergency Food Network, things like that. We're going to be looking at different partners throughout the year that are kind of appropriate for each of the shows. And we just expand our outreach to different ethnic groups, Tacoma Urban League, all of those organizations, Asia Pacific Cultural Center, so that they can become part of the theater community as well and feel welcome.
I love that. You know, John, over the years that I have known you and been in this community, TMP has always shown a consistent commitment to the community of Tacoma through amazing shows, educational opportunities. And now that we're starting to open up again, what are some of the learning opportunities involved at TMP this summer, and how do we find out about them?
Well, a few weeks ago, we did something very new that we were excited about trying, because all across the United States, I would hear that global majority kids or adults didn't have the opportunities to look at technical theater. And they only thought of theater as an acting or singing, dancing, or even a musician. But there's a lot of opportunity in technical theater. And so we offered a free technical theater camp for a week. And so the first day they worked with the costumer all day. The second day they worked with the set builders and they painted. The third day they worked with our lighting designer. The fourth day they worked with our sound designer. Then the fifth day they worked with our director of education. And then I taught basic directing 101. And the kids, I think we had 15 kids in the camp, but we had several more that we had to say, can't handle that. And the youth that did the camp loved it. And so they said, please do this again. So we're going to open that camp up again at some time in the near future, and actually open it up for adults, because we've heard that's not fair. We want to know too. And the youth that took the camp not only enjoyed it, but they also said, we have a better appreciation of what actually goes on behind the scenes. And one young woman is like thrilled to help in the costume shop. She said, I never thought I'd be able to do something like this. So,
John,
isn't that great?
That is the best story, because
Yeah.
I'm sure our viewers listening understand that not everybody is in front of the camera or on stage. And for many, especially young people, when there's somebody who shines in the spotlight and that's not your skill set, it's really hard. But if you can find something to do behind the scenes, that is the answer to what family is in theater. I mean, I am amazed at the level of intelligence of what goes on behind the curtain. It's unbelievable. These people are genius. They can make something out of nothing.
Right.
So you lit the spark, and it can't be anything better than that.
I hope so, because these youth they're so talented, and they came away with such a great appreciation. And it was really interesting to watch the designers work with these kids. They were like little kids themselves, oh, this is so much fun. But to watch the lighting designer make the kids feel sad with just lighting, it was heart, warming to see that kind of thing. They were like, wow.
Mhm. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little bee in your bonnet. That would be a great Christmas gift for anybody of any age. Hint, hint, hint.
Yeah.
Exactly. John, as always, it's wonderful to steal time away from your very busy schedule and to hear that you and Jeff continue to create, to keep the magic going. I cannot thank you enough. I want to have you back on sooner than later to talk about some Christmas activities and holiday shows, all right?
Okay. All right. Sounds great.
All right. We have much more to come on Cityline. Don't go away. We'll be right back.